Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cone Dodger. Welcome back to iRacing. It's time for more Grand Touring Cup Challenge action in the Mustang. This week we are at Spa. Last week, well, we actually missed a couple weeks in a row here. Last week was due to low turnout, however. We had not enough drivers to make races go official. Not so much the problem here, Spa being a much more popular track, and we should be able to put on a pretty good show. We got Sharky and Jem joining us today on the track. Did I say on the track enough? Because we're on the track. Let's get to it. So is this, I always forget, is iRacing one where we start before the hairpin or after?
I think this one's before.
This is such an awkward way to pace for the start of it.
Green, green, green.
Very awkward.
Alright, guys.
Real aggressive there from the car that's now on my left.
Stay right.
That is the number one seed guy, so
Clear out the left.
he knows what he's doing. I was on the brakes a little early into the hairpin there, but I'm perfectly okay with that. I didn't honestly think that I had the pace to hang with those two anyway.
I take it there's death in the slowest field.
Looking that way. A lot of blocking going on up front. That should be quite a show if we can hang with them to see it. Try and hang this one car for as long as I can. Like I said, I think he's going to ease away. I'm having real issues with long run here. Losing the front end grip pretty significantly. Could be the case that everybody has similar woes, but myself and Jem behind me there ran quite a few laps together, and that seemed to be the case. Is after 3 laps or so, I was struggling to keep up with them at that point. Spa, always a struggle with dealing with the off-tracks, managing them. Super inconsistent on what's going to be an off-track and what isn't. Luckily, these races are fairly short. Oh, here's going to be the first one. Yep.
I blame you.
You should. So yeah, if we rack up 1 a lap, we won't X out of the race. So that's kind of the immediate goal, is to try and make sure we stay within 1 per lap, or try to have some laps without any. But with this car on this track, it's not easy to keep it off of the curbs, that's for sure. Oh yeah, it's going to be a heck of a battle ahead of us here. Them running together like this will keep us relevant to the race, pretty much. Looks like Shark staying out in front. It's nice to see him having a battle in these races. He hasn't had a whole lot of that. Winning is fun, but actually racing people tends to be a little bit more fun. Last week, I bought Oran Park in preparation to run this series, and only, oh god. Woohoo! Fun. What was I saying? Oran Park! I bought it. Yeah, that's right. Nobody ran it, so I spent $12 on a track that I didn't even get to race on.
Right there. All clear, all clear.
Oh, there's our off track for the lap.
I didn't want to see that apex anyway.
I would like to buy 1 grip, please. Boy, it feels so different now than it did in qualifying. Felt real stuck in qualifying. but with fuel in it for the race, it's pretty bad. Oh, well, look at these guys running all over the track. I decided not to use the track IR yet for iRacing. There's so much that I focus on already just to do this. To add another layer of complexity to it would be a bit too much, I think, for the time being. Looks like Shark lost the lead. This battle will, I believe, rage on. I have pretty first-hand experience. That guy's pretty quick.
Yeah,
And
this
also,
Pascal's definitely faster than me.
he's pretty quick, and he's pretty crafty too with his ability to pass people and such. And overall hold position, so we'll see what he can do with it. I just want to stay close enough to see it. There he goes, losing another one.
Oh, I misshifted.
Throw. Go get him back. I'm enjoying the show.
Minute 42.414.
There we go. Now I've hit turn 1 right, and Jim missed it. This is, I absolutely love Spa. iRacing kind of ruins it, but still one of my favorite tracks. But this car on this track is such a wrestle. It's all about restraint. You can push the car harder, but it will fight you back way harder than you can possibly handle, and then off tracks, of course, will ruin you. You're not aware. You can actually off track yourself to disqualification. 17 of them, I believe, or just 17 incidents in general will see you being disqualified from the race. That would suck. It's never happened to me. I'd like to keep it that way. I've seen Jim behind me do at least 5. So he's gonna have to watch it. We might be close to that though. We were debating weather in practice. It's been pretty consistent. I don't know why I shifted to 4th there. It's not my usual strategy. But yeah, it was going to be pretty much every practice session we were in was going to be partly cloudy or cloudy. And we were going to be in real trouble if the race ended up being sunny, but it seems as though they realize certain weather conditions match certain tracks, and cloudy certainly matches Spa. This is quite a slinky me and Jem have going here. I gain a little, he gains a little. I absolutely don't want to get behind him, because I know I really struggle following him. Once you lose the downforce on the nose, it's a world of hurt. 42s, that's the kind of times I am comfortable with running here. 41s are possible, but pretty razor edge, especially on 4-lap old tires. Looks like Shark might be gaining back on 2nd place. Oh, come on! That was no more than a horsehair over the curb. So ridiculous. This is one area of the track that the two of us run very different lines. You see he makes a big gain there, then usually I'll pull him out of this turn. Seems to be the pattern. Making a lot of unnecessary shifts. I don't know what I was driving recently that's got me thinking I need to shift
These
more,
guys
but
certainly don't seem to be caring about off tracks.
it's certainly not this car.
Gotta go fast.
Maybe they'll both X themselves out. I was trying to count how many Gem had behind me.
5.
Hey, I had it right! Things I shouldn't be paying attention to.
Yeah, you can keep paying attention to that.
I was just pointing out that we have the slinky effect going on.
Yep.
First miss, well, second miss shift, I guess.
This is probably the closest I've stayed to Sharky in a race. Still only 5 seconds back. Oh, no, 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 no!
The track stops going.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Just seemed like you were having a real fun time having 5, so I decided to go to 5 too.
42.725.
Definitely 2 seasons in a row of cars that have violent snap understeer. And I don't think that's a term that was ever in my vocabulary before running the Audi. But it's definitely the case where you'll be turning the wheel in this car or the Audi, and then all of a sudden it'll just be like, yeah, no, I don't think I feel like turning anymore. Even on a little short kink on a straightaway, if you turn in too late. He's got the run here. I've been pretty good at outbraking him into this turn. We'll see if it holds.
Still there? Hold your line. Keep left. Still there?
We're still there.
Still there?
We lived!
Clear on the right.
Sort of.
Kind of.
Hey, at least I didn't go for that practice braking mark.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a pretty good gap to the cars behind us.
Yeah, it's
How
fine
about-
fighting.
How about we pit for tires?
I don't think we have that big of a gap.
Dang. That's probably the worst spot for me right now. Things you shouldn't tell your competitors. But maybe we'll actually make this stupid little turn on the backstretch. There we go. There, he tightened the kink. Oh, he was flirting with that off track. Late on the brakes there.
Let's get it spicy up front.
Not battlegrounds.
2:44.884.
But if you make a big charge on them, I want you to yell, C-Dot!
I'm terrified every time I go to third. I'm gonna accidentally go to first.
Nobody likes a draft.
Are on your right.
I do.
Keep left. Stay left. Keep left.
That hurt a bit more than I wanted.
All clear.
Can we over under it? Nope. Dang. You made it work that time. It may not be over for me, but I really think I'm gonna have a hard time hanging with them. We shall see. Hopefully the draft keeps us relevant. If it were anybody else, I saw that off track. If it were anybody else, I may have pushed that a little harder, but the lap before I was pretty hard on him. So I didn't see the reason to. Now we just gotta stay close enough to give him a frighten.
Sorry.
Keep getting second there just
Here
to
comes
gate my
Slow
speed.
Disease.
I forgot all about them. I really did. I forgot that they even were part of this race. And that we would be having to lap them. There he goes, racking up another one. Ooh, easy, buddy. You spooked me.
You spooked me.
2 minutes.
What was it yellow for?
0.033.
Spooked the game too, I guess. Sorry, Sim.
Sloss just couldn't handle being lapped by the Mustangs, so he pulled off.
Up to 7, by the way. Oh, here comes 8.
8.
Make that 8. Ever mentioned how ridiculous that is?
I mean, you're on the other side of the curb.
But there's no way all 8 of those were legit.
Oh, yeah.
And it's Spa. Have you ever watched a race at Spa?
Not that I can recall.
Oh, well. I can assure you, if it remotely looks like pavement, they use it. Oh, there's the Jets. Tires are angry. I got jet tires and I don't like it.
Yeah, I heard that last lap.
Nine. We got 4 laps left or so. We should. 10. Might just have to back down my pace a little bit here.
Only have 6 minutes left.
Good lord. I knew it would get bad, like every time in practice after lap 5 it just went abysmal. But this is probably the worst.
Longest stint I've done.
All 3 of us had to pass the slow sis through the bus stop.
Nice. I don't like where we're gonna catch him.
Hey, I'm going left.
He's going left, just so you know. Alright, looks like maybe we'll catch him on the straightaway. But I'm thinking it's gonna be in that
Wow,
real
man,
tight
you
section.
could have at least left me some room. I would have been gone halfway through a route.
Unlucky, Pascal.
No, not you. I'm talking about Holster.
I love it when Sharky says unlucky.
Next time I come through, I'm just letting you know I'm going to send you into the wall.
And that's how you get reported, ladies and gentlemen.
That was a terrible place for that slow system to be.
All clear.
Yeah, I was worried that this would be the place. He was nice, though. Just stay on track.
He caught the slowest right in the middle of the rouge.
I forgot to brake.
I swore I didn't see brake lights.
There were none.
I'm like, man, this guy's really picking up speed.
Joke's on you, I have a vacuum that I can turn off and on.
Wow.
Sucks me right to the ground.
I just suck all the time. Dot quote.
Mickey.
Oh, that's perfect. If I get the back to slide like that before the entry, it's perfect.
Oh, Pascal almost murdered me.
Oh, this is unfortunate. Oh, boo!
Get slow stide.
Or on your right.
I'm frowning in a significant manner right now.
5.08, clear on the right.
I hope Bruno ruins you. Ruins!
Oh, there's 7.
Hey, you got some catching up to do.
You have about 5 laps of fuel left.
Oh, this could be a really bad place for me to catch Bruno.
I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize you were going to be going that spot.
Wow, this guy. What, now the rear tires are gone? I think I would prefer that.
Well, up to 10.
I'm gonna touch
Sharky
him in
has-
the middle of the carousel.
If Sharky has 10, obviously something is wrong. He may have caught him in the carousel, but I don't think I'm going to catch him anywhere better. And I caught quite a slide in the carousel. Oh, just as bad, pretty much.
Oh, I got caught by a solstice at the worst
on your
time.
right. All clear, all clear.
It's been a pattern. Just for comparison, but are you starting to lose rear tires now all of a sudden?
I don't feel it.
Weird. Maybe it's because I'm like consciously trying to stay on track. Which you would think would be my normal strategy. White flag. Still more solstices to get through. Probably just one more.
2 minutes 43.738.
Better run out third there.
Oh no.
I have a pretty decent draft here, but not a great one.
Oh, I just missed a shift on the straight. Fuck.
You should stop doing that. I was gonna say I would take the off track there if I needed to, but I didn't end up needing to.
Got one on your left. Clear on the left.
Wow, we actually caught one in a good place.
Next one won't be.
I have off tracks to spare, and I will use them. See?
10 laps. God, we must have some fast Mustangs then.
Okay, well I can't use all of them. That would be unfortunate. I see what he did there. I'll do it on exit then.
I forgot to brake
I
again.
won't need to. I figured you were just intentionally going out there. Phone buzzes. This attorney's really been killing me in. Ourselves a pretty decent exit there.
All clear, all clear.
I got a bad feeling about this.
It's gonna be
Don't
fine.
do it. No, don't do it.
He just passed me off the track.
I would like to say I definitely more than 2 moves there.
I'm on my roof.
You are very dead. I apologize,
There's the
I
check.
definitely had too much fuel.
and I feel terrible.
There you go, man. Good job, driver.
This is definitely one of the tougher incidents I've ever had in probably my sim racing, huge air quotes here, huge air quotes, career. I feel real terrible. I would absolutely hate to wreck anybody in iRacing, and Jam is certainly one of the people I would least like to wreck. Unfortunately, we have a really good way of finding each other, whether it be a Assetto Corsa, iRacing, or whatever. We seem to really have troubles running into each other, and this is one of those cases. So I'm going to slow this right down here and just kind of give you my perspective on what happened. So we arrived to the kink here, and I've got a pretty good run, but the kink's a pretty tough place to make a clean pass. It would have been ugly for both of us. Jem actually asked me not to make a move, so I didn't. But out of the turn, I get to 5th, and that gives me a pretty good run. I see that he's to the outside, or to the right side of the track, so I start moving left, and he starts moving left. He then makes that big move to the right, and that is what confused me. Because I thought that big move to the right was him saying, alright, I'm staying to the right side of the track, you take the outside of the track, the left side of the track. But as he crosses up in front of me, you see me stab on the brakes, but then for whatever reason, I get back off of the brakes, and that is when he jumps on the brakes even harder, and there is a little bit of contact there. Unfortunately, it seems like his car, and talking to him, that's what he said, is his car is very loose at this point. It's kind of unweighted, and it was enough of a contact to apparently cause all of that to happen. Seems a little bit unrealistic to me, but that is the situation we were dealt. It really sucks. I hate that it happened, but that's part of racing. That's part of this weird, crazy, fake sim racing stuff that we're doing here. I wish it hadn't happened, but it did. We'll move on. Everything's fine. And continue to try to not do stuff like that. Well, that is obviously a sour note to end the race on. However, it wasn't a terrible race. I was not too pleased with my overall performance throughout the entire thing. Really struggled with the car here. Don't think I got quite enough practice under my belt before this one. We went ahead and did it a day early, sadly, so that Jim could join us, and then that had to happen. He had a little bit of pace on me for sure, especially later in the runs, but, you know, we are very evenly matched in pretty much everything we race in, so we're drawn together quite often. Hopefully, over time, we start to be able to work a little bit more, symbiotically. Is that a word? Did I just make up a word? Who knows? But you know what I mean. And if you don't, then I don't know. I guess I'll see you next week at Circuit Villeneuve.